Hey everybody, Smart Silver Stacker here. Hope you're doing well. I want to talk to you today about what is perhaps the most honest admission ever made by a central banker. And not only is this admission honest, it's also incredibly alarming because although this admission was made more than a decade ago by none other than the maestro of the Fed himself, Alan Greenspan, in retrospect, his warning seems eerily prophetic. And when you hear what Alan Greenspan said, in congressional testimony, mind you, I think that you'll begin to understand why I am putting very little faith in Social Security and other government entitlement programs to get me through my retirement. In fact, his warning should shake your faith not only in entitlements, but also in the very fiat dollar itself. Now, before everyone thumbs down the video and leaves a nasty comment, let me just clarify what I mean by the term entitlement program. I'm just using the definition that's found in the dictionary, which is a government program that guarantees certain benefits to a particular group or segment of the population. So under this definition, it should be pretty clear that Social Security, Medicare, and many other government benefits are in fact entitlement programs. And these programs are exactly what Greenspan was warning about. Now, let's listen to his stunning admission in his own words. The clip's about a minute long, so bear with me here because it is worth a listen.
Do you still believe that we should maintain the fundamental principles of Social Security as he did in 83?
I think we should maintain the principles of Social Security, but I think the existing structure is not working. And that until we can construct a system which creates the savings that are required to build the real assets so that the retirees have real goods and services, we don't have a system that's working. We have one that basically moves cash around, and we can guarantee cash benefits as far out and at whatever size you like, but we cannot guarantee their purchasing power. And this is why the issue ultimately has got to be resolved in terms of, do we have the material goods and services that people will need to consume, not whether or not we pass some hurdle with respect to how legal financing occurs, because the financing is a secondary issue and it's the means to create the real wealth.
And the really scary thing is that since the time of that congressional hearing, nothing has been done to reform Social Security or any other aspect of government spending. The national debt has soared to over $33.7 trillion, with no sign of shrinking anytime soon. In fact, the spending has gotten so out of control that in the last quarter alone, the Treasury had to borrow over $1 trillion, and it is estimated that another $1.5 trillion will need to be borrowed over the course of Q4 2023 and Q1 2024. But here's the real shocking figure, and it's the one that's most relevant to what Greenspan was warning of. The amount of U.S. unfunded liabilities, that is, all of the entitlement payments that the government is still on the hook for, is now in excess of $211 trillion. Yes, you heard that right. That's not a typo. $211 trillion. The magnitude of this sum truly cannot be overstated. To put things into perspective for you, according to the most recent data from the Federal Reserve, the total net worth of all U.S. households combined currently sits at $154.3 trillion. So even if 100% of the wealth of all households was confiscated by the government, they could not make good on their outstanding unfunded obligations. Think about that. This staggering number, $211 trillion in unfunded liabilities, to me, this is the most concrete, easy to grasp motivator for stacking hard assets like gold and silver, because such a vast sum can only ever be paid in devalued currency. There simply is not enough wealth out there to tax to pay for these programs. So the only alternative is to print the currency. And while I am fairly confident that everyone will get the benefits paid that they are owed, I'm afraid that it will likely be as Greenspan warned, and those payments will have little, if any, purchasing power. That's why, despite the fact that I have paid into Social Security myself, I just basically consider the money I have paid in as a loss, and if any of it ever manages to make its way back into my pocket, I'll just consider it a bonus. And look, I don't give financial advice on this channel. I'm not telling you where to put your money. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. And as for me, I have much more faith in the gold and silver that I stack to be around for me when I need it. If you want to stack some gold or silver, make sure you check out sdbullion.com. Right now, they're having some amazing pre-Black Friday sales. If you want to get your hands on some low premium gold and silver bullion, check them out with the link down below. And you know, it's not often that central bankers are as candid with us about the reality of the situation as Alan Greenspan was during that testimony. But when they do give us an idea of where the dollar and the economy are really headed, well, we should probably pay attention. Do me a favor and smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. Share it on social media and with your friends. Make sure you stay safe and happy stacking, everyone. I'll catch you next time. Smart Silver Stacker, out.